How's it going, everybody? It's Carl, and I guess I'm gonna be doing this podcast again. I don't know how many of you guys know, but I'm definitely homeless right now, and I'm staring out into the abyss. Uh, it's wild, and so I'm kind of been finding as much time as I can to go to Starbucks and different places to work on my laptop. Because what my business model consisted of was recording, or excuse me, not recording, but going to like Starbucks and McDonald's and working on my laptop. And it was then and there that I was able to write my articles and stuff. So like the first day that I was homeless, I was basically out there, um, trying to keep up with my article business. And it was not desirable because like I was walking into those McDonald's and I didn't smell very good because I hadn't showered. Like I still don't smell very good. So I basically am trying to survive. And this is going to be about this audio is trying to stay on topic as much as I can, but this is about sheltering the homeless, shelter the homeless. And as I'm out there in Salt Lake City looking for resources and stuff, I can't help but drive by homeless shelters. They have a lot of different ones, and they're just, to be honest, they're quite disgusting. I would rather live in my car than go to those things. I don't know how they do it. It really is awful. And so I'm grateful to have my car, I think, is the most important thing right now. And I'm grateful that I am a veteran and that I have access to a lot of amenities. So being next to the base, I'm able to, or we call it a campus, I guess, too, but it's the VA hospital here in Salt Lake. It's the main one. And so I'm not allowed to sleep on the base. And so that makes it really challenging because I don't feel safe, nor do I feel as welcome, which is a whole different thing. But I feel welcome in the sense that I am getting food and that I am being fed. So that's awesome. And I can always go in and fill up my water bottle and use the power outlets to get charging up my phone and my laptops and stuff. But again, I don't really. It's like at certain times, certain buildings on the campus close, and so I'm not able to exactly work like I'm used to when I had a home where I would work like late into the night. So now I'm scrambling to write my articles, um, and I have to do so as time permits. So there's a Starbucks here that I absolutely love going to, and this Starbucks closes it says at 9, but they usually close about an hour early depending on how busy it is. So you can see I'm like having to work around that. Whereas before, I would work till like 3 in the morning, no problem. I got a lot of stuff done, and I was able to build up my architecture or my business before I went homeless. So I did have enough time. I kind of knew I was going to be out of the house. And so I've had enough time to kind of prepare and get ready for that. Which means like I had all my databases in order, passwords. And then like all of my link shortening software. I was able to kind of get it all built. And then so like that first day when I finally was homeless, like obviously it's scary not knowing where you're gonna go. Um, and so I was just driving away from where I was. Um, I don't want to go too much into detail, but it wasn't very fun. And I left, and so I basically had an article business. I was writing articles and trying to get commissions and stuff like that. And but what I've been learning throughout this journey, especially not having access to my computer because I primarily work from my desktop. So I've had to switch from all that time that I was able to spend on my laptop to now switching to my phone because the phone is more mobile. And it'd be really difficult for me to work on articles from my mobile phone. So maybe this is a positive switch in the right direction. I know people really like, I know for me actually, I like to listen to a podcast more so than read articles. Like it's just like a time consuming thing. Um, you know, there's a lot of studies going around like articles, videos, and audio. What are some things that are going to be more easy for people to consume? And so today I just had the epiphany that like, hey, business must go on. I have the system in place, like I have my database, I have my link shortening stuff. I can see what people like and it's growing. Though I feel like content needs to be repurposed a little bit. I don't really do videos that much. Not that I'm not a good looking guy or anything, but it's I think audio has always been a thing. I know I use some different podcasting platforms and stuff like that, and for a while I was looking at those stats and I was actually making some money like from ad revenue. So people really seem to enjoy the the podcast stuff. But right now I have a story to tell, and it's about this homelessness stuff and finding shelter is not easy. I think I'm going on like 3 weeks or something like that. I've just been asking everybody to donate, to help me. And so far, I've been able to get quite a bit of money. And I'm super grateful for everybody that's been doing that. And anybody else in the future that can help, I would really appreciate it. And, when I finally get to my desktop computer, I'll put links to where you can support me, should you choose to do so. Believe me, it goes a long way. Right now, I've been collecting money through Venmo and Cash App, and I just been withdrawing that to my bank account like slowly, like on a drip type of deal where I don't want to like bring it all in at once, because I like to have money in case I need it on a different bank account. But for the most part, I am saving it and I'm making sure that I continue to save. Um, right now, I think I have like $1,100, but I've been able to hold that for 3 weeks and while still paying bills. So I'm definitely saving, but I could really use a lot more money. Um, yeah, I'm very aware, and I think the biggest thing is just recognizing that I am broke. I mean, $1,000 is $1,000, but we also know in this day and age it goes quick. I mean, for example, if you had an apartment, $1,000 in rent, that'd be gone in 1 month. That'd be wiped out. So yeah, it's just like I think we all know how fast that goes, and so I've just been able to ask people um, through like I think it was Facebook. I've been able to ask people, and they've been able to see the link and donate and stuff like that. So the hardest thing, or one of the hardest things right now, is the shower. Like I feel gross. I feel sticky. I feel dirty. Like I'm doing everything I can to keep the windows cracked in the vehicle so I don't smell. But it can be hard at night to sleep, and sometimes I just get so worn down mentally from it all that it's you can only stay in your car for so long. Like, and then you got to walk around and stuff, and yeah, I just really wish I had a place to stay. And so what it's looking like is they're gonna try to get me into the Valor House here, and from there I should be able to be in a position where I can continue to, either get donations from this situation, or I'll have enough time to maybe record some more audio. But my big thing is affiliate marketing. Is like when you guys purchase stuff through my links, it really helps me get ahead and start making progress, but that's really all I want to do. So like when I make these episodes, I'm definitely keeping track of them, and I'm making it a point to share them in a way that reaches a lot of people. So like my business has definitely evolved because I have my articles and stuff like that, but it just seems like I can't get to my computer, so all I can really do is express my situation right now through this. It is really exhausting. Um, I guess what I'm thinking is like, how much money is enough? And for me, I just want to be able to get my own place so I can continue to help people and teach them what I know about getting around the right surroundings so that nobody ever has to go through this again. So if I close my eyes and imagine what it would look like, it would be all my supporters helping me uh, pretty much to buy a house. And then from there, I can start working on my social anxiety and taking that under control because I am a combat veteran with PTSD. I served overseas. I had a tour in a foreign country. So I'm pretty messed up as far as this hyper awareness goes. And so that's kind of what's been leading me. I was around people who couldn't really support me. And as I navigate through all this, and being homeless really does not help my situation at all. I've had ideations in the past. I think you know what I'm talking about, but I've gotten help. I've been checked into the inpatient psychiatric unit here at the VA hospital. They've been able to help me. Um, and then, yeah, I mean, there's like, I can't even begin to tell you, but there's so much more. I don't know if I'm ready to share over this audio, but I think when the time comes, I will. I just have to figure out how I want to explain it, but it's definitely going through a lot. I think the biggest thing is cutting ties with people, especially people I love and that I'm close by, or that are close to me I just can't help them anymore. Um, and the reason that is because they won't help themselves. It's one thing if people if like they really want some help, um, and they're grateful for it, but it's another thing if they're not. So I just want to be clear about that. So I'm cutting ties with people that really aren't supporting me. And throughout this journey, I've been able to identify the ones who have been supportive, and it's been absolutely beneficial. But being homeless is very, very tough. And so I hope to own my own house one day to get like a camper or RV and a bigger pickup truck so I can start hauling my RV, a camp trailer around. That way I can kind of get back on the outdoors again. But right now I need a permanent address. And so that's what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to secure that physical address so that I can um, so I can get off the streets. And really what I need money for right now in this immediate moment is I need a place to take a shower. I go right now to the Loves and Flying J here locally and I take showers there and it's wonderful, but it costs like $18 to $20 a trip, and so that's eating into my funds. And I'm trying to make sure that I'm still I'm paying for my AT&T phone bill, but I am falling behind on that. And I'm like one payment away, and then I still have like my business automation stuff, my software where I automate my social media posts. Like so that's still kind of going, but I have different API credits that I'm trying to make sure I keep in tune. And so all of this I will continue to do even when but I think gas is a big one. I'm burning through gas money, trying to get my gasoline tank filled. So, guys, any help would be really appreciated. I see you. I'm adding you. If I see that you've been able to help me, I'm writing your name down, and I just would love to give back in any way I can. And I do really appreciate any support that you can give in this difficult time. I'm grateful to be a veteran. I could only imagine being a civilian and trying to find a shelter, being homeless. So I'm super grateful for where I'm at, and I thank you for every step of the way you've been with me.